Yes, sir.
Oh, you screamed.
I didn't scream.
That was a scream.
I didn't think I screamed.
Put one up on the scream count. One up on the screen count for the.
How
That
many
was the
times will
intro.
Sam scream tonight?
That's just the intro, but you're back. I was calling us the Beanbag Boys. I think it sounded good.
Not a bad nickname, but it sounds like it's been used before. Honestly, when you
probably.
say it, it reminds me of something I can't remember what it is.
We need to think of something is it an alliteration where both words start with the same letter?
Yeah. Two words after another that start with the same similar sound.
We need to think of something
There's also
like
a
that.
lack of beanbags.
Roadhouse Boys?
Not
Roadhouse.
a single
Not one
beanbag.
beanbag.
What's the association?
I don't know, dude. Just a beanbag boy.
Right.
Okay.
But you're here.
Okay.
Sam, Ethan, Cole, Drew, and we have a guest.
Hi.
Here he is. I bet you can't guess him from his voice, but it's Daniel.
Yeah, everyone knows. Everyone knows the voice.
D9B, a.k.a. Big Spenda.
AKA Misunderstood Dreamer.
AKA Poggers.
AKA PogChamp. AKA Hubba Bubba Man.
Lots of nicknames.
I can keep going. Is
Yeah.
that Gerald from... Is that his name?
Gerald, yeah.
From... Okay.
Hey, Arnold.
You know
Can
he's.
you imagine if it wasn't Gerald? That'd be bad.
Do you know who he's modeled after?
Uh,
Scottie Pippen is.
Scottie Pippen. Oh, the 33.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, Ethan, show the camera. Show Gerald.
And that's a real
show
slam
Gerald.
dunk.
Gerald's a
Look it up.
dog. If
We
you've
got
never
the-
seen
yeah,
Hey
the-
Arnold,
The Funko Pops. Let's
yeah,
go.
I got a few
We're
of them.
adults. Let's go.
Yes, sir. We got Pokemon cards
Yeah.
though.
So Daniel, what do you do?
What do I do? So, yeah,
What do you do?
I make beats.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We just came hot off a beat sesh, I guess you could say.
Yeah, went well. I
Hit the
feel-
YouTube channel if you want to see something ridiculous, something good but ridiculous, but
Something
memey but
naughty.
funny, something naughty,
All right.
Something good, yeah. Yeah.
something naughty.
We'll probably Are we leading in with the beat with this episode, or are we putting it at the end?
No, absolutely not. No free content. If you want to hear Daniel's new beat, you go to YouTube and you watch
Right.
it.
And you
Right.
smash that bell button. Do you see how I held back the scream?
I
I almost screamed.
I actually have a funny story about. I used to upload my beats onto YouTube, try to sell them and stuff, And I stopped doing that because these two Russian guys, they stole my beat and they took out my tag, and that pissed me off. I don't know if it would have made me more mad. It definitely made me more mad that they're Russian. They're like, oh, sorry, in Vegas, and I was like, man, I put this out here. At least leave my tag in. They cut it out. Oh, God damn.
Did you have any idea that could happen, or did you think because you had your tag in there was no way
Yeah,
to
I thought
remove it?
just common courtesy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna use it, at least leave that in. And then they had the audacity to copyright me. I made it, and they're like, "No, we're gonna copyright him." And then they copyrighted me. It was just the whole thing.
They copyrighted you from using their beat,
It
which
was
was
their,
yours.
It was their song,
Oh
but
my
I was
God.
the one that made the beat that they stole. So I stopped putting stuff on YouTube. But I'll put that on YouTube.
How often would you say that things like this happen to
A lot.
DJs?
For sure.
It's pretty prevalent.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
Wait, so you're telling me that people in the music industry steal things without
Yeah.
giving credit?
newsflash.
Even if they're Russian.
And the
Yeah.
crowd goes wild.
Vlad and Mirnov
Did
took your
you?
beat.
So when you got copyrighted, did you deal with YouTube through that?
Yeah, I had to be like, this is my beat. I made this, and then they got their song just taken off because they just stole it without giving me any credit.
So strange.
Yeah, I know, right? Just
Russians,
classic.
dude.
I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
So Daniel, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Tell me about your upbringing. Tell me about your likes, your dislikes. Tell me what is your horoscope. What's your star sign?
Is that not the same
And
thing?
one cute thing you thought of in the past week.
A cute thing.
Mm-hmm.
one cute
Yes.
thing.
Okay, so I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I forget every other question.
What's the cute thing you thought of?
Okay, yeah, let's skip to that immediately.
Man was tracking back through his.
My dog. My brother got a dog. It's this little mini Australian Shepherd. She's pretty cute. I didn't think of her, but she's.
But the idea of
But
the
the
dog.
idea of her.
What's
Right.
the dog's name?
Korra, like the Avatar. The
Oh,
Legend.
sick.
The Legend of Korra.
Yo, bro, Avatar is big gas.
So gas, dude.
So sick.
It's a real layup.
For sure.
Cora.
Daniel has a dog named Dakota.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, Dakota's tight. I'm
She's tight,
friends with your dog.
What do you guys think about dog names? Do you agree with people that give human names to dogs, or does it always gotta have like a little bit of a twang to it for it to be like considered a dog name? Because, for example, my dog's names are Emma and Noah. Those are pretty human ass names. Do you guys fuck with that? Or do you fuck with like naming your dog Sparky?
Emma and Noah, to me, that's more appropriate. My brother named his first dog Dylan, which was insane to me. Dylan, like David. I'm gonna name my dog David. No, Emma and Noah, like, yeah, that's cool. But like, there's a fine line.
You're towing the line, but
Towing it for sure.
But Emma is such like a universal name at this point. Same thing with Noah. You got the biblical reference in there. It's just been around.
Just a
so
Bible
I
name,
think it just works for just about any creature at this point.
Any creature.
That's right.
But I'm fucking with human dog names for sure. I like
Really?
like a Kevin. Like Kevin as a dog name.
Dude, name it like something just like Doug, like your dog's name.
Doug.
Douglas.
The dog. Yeah.
Don't even go to Doug. Douglas.
Wasn't Doug from Up? Wasn't he the dog in Up?
Could have been. I don't know.
I'm
Charlie
99% sure.
Charlie Brown.
Dude, I'm down to name dogs just like outlandish stuff. Given that I've never actually had a dog in my entire life, which is very sad, and everyone listening should feel bad for me. But if I did have one and somebody made me name a dog right now, I would name it like Reverend Amadeus Contavious.
Wonder Bread.
Would it be something shortened, or would you call him that every time?
I would just call him Rev.
Okay. I like that name, though.
What was the last name again? The last one?
Reverend Amadeus Contavious.
Contavious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
Revon Cante. I don't know. I'm trying to abbreviate it in my head. I can't get there.
Rev.
It's too much name.
The Reverend,
The Reverend, dude. He just runs your house, doesn't he? He's just the king.
if he was real.
You're the bitch, dude. He's humping you. He
He's
says,
just
you're not
the
leaving
king
tonight.
of your house,
like a
dude.
little terrier.
Yeah.
He's a jackass.
Well, dude, like dogs don't know how big they are. Like little dogs can't
Yeah, they
conceptualize
think
that
they're
they're
bigger
like
than they
smaller.
And then
It's
big
true.
dogs think they're smaller than they are.
Yes.
And that's life, dude. That's real.
Yeah, that's like you can apply that to anything,
And
huh?
that's real.
Yeah.
And that's
Sometimes
some
I
real
feel
shit.
bigger than I am.
Let's
You know?
all go around and say how tall we are.
Okay. 4'11".
Oh, you did my bit.
he looks a lot
I was
shorter.
gonna say 5'8".
Cole Hendricks, Ohio University, 7'2".
7'2".
Drew. 2.
I'll
Just 2.
My name is Daniel. Like, depends. Like, if I wake up in the morning, like 6'2", 6'3", you know.
I'm not really sure how tall I am. 6 foot.
Can we measure you off mic later?
Sure, I'm down.
All right. We'll get a tape measure.
We're
My
gonna master this like leaning in and out thing. It's like this tandem situation that I just realized we're in. We're just tossing back and forth here with this.
It's all right.
We're gonna get good with it. We're gonna get good with
So if you're not watching the video, because I know you're not, me and Ethan are sharing a mic right now, and we're leaning in back and forth.
Okay.
So if it sounds weird, but I'm Sam and I'm 6 foot,
right.
maybe 5'11".
So Daniel, future plans. What do you got cooking? What's on the stove right now?
I'm actually trying to open up like my own studio in Columbus right now.
Any good names so far? You got a name for that place?
No, actually, I do not have a name yet. I've actually been thinking of stuff, but nothing like concrete.
I'm terrible at names. Like
I'm actually pretty good at 'em.
People names I'm good at, but like names of like inanimate objects or like brands and stuff I'm bad at.
In what way you're bad at them?
Like it's
Like,
hard. It's
remembering?
hard to think of like a new.
Name.
Name.
Oh, like an
I always
original
think
name.
like the gold standard for like a name is like Smosh. You know?
The gold standard would be a cool name for something.
Yeah. Memorable, easy to
The
say,
Chocolate
fun to
Factory.
say.
The chocolate. That's what we're the chocolate factory boys. That's what it is.
That doesn't sound as good as the Beanbag Boys.
It's true.
But how big of a space are you looking for your studio?
I actually have the space already, but I just need to find other people. Just because it's like really, it's big. It's 1,000 square feet. It's 3 separate rooms. I was gonna set up 3 separate studios so that you could have 3 artists there at the same time recording, doing stuff like that. So just get a lot out of it.
So is your goal to just have like a conglomerate of producers there together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds hype though.
Yeah, it should be cool. I just need to find the people.
Just a trap house, trap studio.
Yeah,
there it
just
is. See,
trapping.
there's your name.
Just trapping
Trap
them.
stew.
Hanging out.
One thing that you said in there is 1,000 square feet, and like I'm never been able to conceptualize like what like
square foot
what
is.
like how much a square foot is. Like you could tell me something is like 300 square feet or like 1,500 square feet.
It's the same size.
It's like literally like the same thing in my brain.
Yeah. No, I feel that. That's love.
Yeah. So like how big is this? Do you know how big your place is? Because we're in this little square.
I want to
I'd
say
say it's like 625.
maybe 700 square feet max.
oh,
not this room. Not this room. I'm
whole
saying the whole
place.
thing.
Okay.
This room.
I would say
A
this
square
this
foot?
could either be 30 or 100 to me,
Who knows?
or maybe 5.
I'll do some math later.
I don't know.
I couldn't call it. There's no fucking way I could just somehow beautiful mind the dimensions of this room. There's no fucking
Rayman it.
Such a great movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
I
Great.
was watching it with my friend Kwame, and he thinks he's like, he's smart. He's very smart. But he thinks he's way smarter than he is. And
Does he think he has a beautiful mind?
before we started,
Bro, nobody's got that mind.
Before we started watching it, he's like, dude, I don't really want to watch this movie. I'm like, why? And he's like, that could happen to me. I'm like, you are not that fucking smart, bro. I can
just
no
relate
way.
to it.
Can
I
somebody?
guess.
Can
You're so smart, you're gonna go insane.
what is this movie? I honestly don't know if I've ever seen it.
It's based off of it's game theory. Is this what this dude like was the founder of? He was a brilliant mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's the title. Obviously, he was so fucking smart. He was useful in the war, I believe, based off of like the ability to like crack codes based off this theory. And but he also had schizophrenia.
Mm.
And,
Okay.
I mean, I should have said spoiler alert at the beginning, but he finds out that like a lot of the people
When
he
did
was
this movie
dealing with
come
in
out?
his life weren't
Came out
fucking
a long
real to
time
begin
ago.
with.
Yeah, there you go.
What was the guy's name? I want to say
I
like
can't
Noah
remember.
Peabody, but I know
So it's
not
just like
that at all. Not
an
even
illusion
close.
the whole time.
I
The whole
gotta look
movie.
up now that if it was game theory or not because I don't want to.
Sounds like an 80s movie. Am I wrong
No,
in
like
saying
90s.
that? 90s?
It was
Yeah.
definitely like 90s.
Spoiler alert.
It was when
kinda-
Russell Crowe was doing his
It
thing.
gives me like Rain Man vibes.
That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. It sounds like Rayman.
that and like
What's the one where they write it on the board?
up with Matt Damon.
That's Good Will Hunting.
Good Will
That's
Hunt-
Good Will
It's like
Hunting.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, all three of those
That's what I was thinking.
movies.
They
are,
came out like during the same period.
And
they're
like
literally,
Tropic
the same
Thunder
movie.
In Tropic Thunder
with
Robert Downey Jr. as
with
the beautiful
what's
mind.
his name? The character who plays it's Ben
Blackface?
Stiller's version. No, Ben
Oh.
Stiller. It's like the person they're worshiping who's got like mental disability.
Oh,
Simple Jack.
Simple Jack.
Simple
Dude,
Jack.
that movie's so
Bro.
great. Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
Are we gonna get
absolutely.
canceled? Okay.
Is
No.
it the funniest comedy that's came out in a long or ever?
No.
Let's say ever.
Not
I
even-
love
Probably
Tropic
not
Thunder.
Not even close.
I love Tropic
There's this
Thunder.
one specific scene where they're doing like the trailer for Simple Jack, and he's in like his full getup, and a butterfly lands on his hand, and he smashes it with a giant mallet. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. It's like dude, just a giant mallet. He's like, oh, it's so
Funny connection to the beat making video. Daniel sampled a snippet of Cable Guy, and Ben Stiller directed that movie. He also directed Tropic Thunder. Just goes to show that Ben Stiller is just a fucking
versatile.
G.
Mhm.
Holy shit, putting out hitters.
Yeah, I think I was telling you the other night that I was like, before I saw Tropic Thunder, I didn't realize that Ben Stiller also like directed stuff.
I didn't know that till just now.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Cable Guy's a great movie too.
I
mean,
believe he
so is
started
Tropic
with
Thunder.
sketches. Him and Judd Apatow started the Ben Stiller show, like some variety sketch show that didn't hit. I think it had one season and got canceled. But then from that, they got a deal to make Cable Guy. But yeah, I don't know.
Which I still have never seen.
Well, no, I think actually
never
Ben
seen it
Stiller started
before.
on SNL doing like little short videos,
Skits and stuff or what?
not like
Ben
live.
Stiller?
Yeah,
He was on SNL.
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
He was on there doing video sketches, not live sketches, I believe. But he wasn't there for long either. It was only for a very short stint.
Robert Downey Jr. was on SNL too.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
He did it for like a season.
No way.
Yeah, he was on SNL. He was one of the cast members.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Robert Downey.
That was like the worst couple of seasons they've ever had, though. Other than right
was that
now.
before when he had that addiction
Yeah, he was like
stuff?
17 or 18. He was
That's
super young.
crazy.
Damn.
Young. Robert Downey.
That's what happens when you go to SNL.
Mhm.
I have a switch up question. Daniel, how did you come up with the name D9 Beats?
There's this producer named Alex One Does anyone know who that is?
What kind of music does he? Or is he
Hip-hop.
hip hop?
Mhm.
Okay.
Have you guys heard the song "Amen" by Travis Scott?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so he made the sample for that. And
Oh.
Southside sampled that. So like he does like
He makes like the originals
yeah.
that people sample from, kind of thing.
Yeah. He worked with Chance the Rapper too on Acid Rap.
Wow.
He does a lot of stuff. He's like an older producer. But yeah, I wanted something like that. But I wasn't gonna do like Daniel 9, you know?
Yeah.
It's dumb as shit.
Sounds like a MySpace name.
So I was like, all right, first letter of my name, and then it was D9. And then I looked at it and I was like, if I had 2 E's between the 9 and the D, it looks like deep. I just thought that looked cool.
Yeah.
I've literally never thought about that, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I would
like
never
deep.
think of that if I looked at it, but I think it just looks like it's pleasing
To the eye,
mind,
yeah.
It's easy.
like just to say.
Well, you know, the only thing separating the letter P and the number 9 is just like opposite direction. So
That's right.
it
That's,
kind of
yeah.
makes you think.
I've never thought of it like that. He said, well, you know. Well, you know the only thing.
That's pretty deep.
Has it always been D9, or was it something beforehand? Or was
I actually, I don't think I have the list anymore, but I wanted to do like how, like, Mad Lib and like MF Doom and Mac Miller, they have like different aliases and stuff.
Oh, like Larry
Delusional-
Fisherman.
yeah, Larry
Delusional
Fisherman,
Thomas or
King
whatever.
Ghidorah,
Gotcha.
stuff like that. I had like a list. I deleted it though, but I remember one specifically was the Anxious Bastard.
That would
like that
hit
one.
though.
Yeah, it's just like
It would hit.
like the beat I made today. That would be like an Anxious Bastard type of beat.
So he's just a different alias.
There we go,
He's
dude.
your alter ego.
Yeah, it's my alter ego.
There's your starting.
and my
there's your
sick
starting
mind.
I like it.
Do you guys have any alter egos?
beat. Germ man.
I've got like
Just
30
kidding.
of them.
Yeah.
But-
I know me and Drew have some alter egos.
Yeah.
I have multiple personality disorder, but I don't have alter egos.
Sometimes I'm this guy.
That's what I meant by I have 30 of them.
Yeah.
But
I am actually 30 different people.
I'm actually a beautiful mind, and everyone in this room is fake right now. It's just me talking to myself.
Yeah.
This is your podcast.
That'd
at
be
home.
funny as shit if you like rewatched it and there's just no one there.
Dude, that would actually freak me
That
out
freaked
so
me out.
much.
I'm like, am I real? Can you imagine? You show me the video clip and I'm like, shit, there's no one
Oh,
there.
like, I go over to your house
Wait,
like later
what?
this week, and I'm like, dude, like we've recorded that whole podcast. And you're like, what are you talking
And
about?
then I fade away.
And I'm like,
I'm
dude,
like,
look at the
no.
video. And then it's like, I don't like the iPhone isn't even invented, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
You're holding a rock.
Yeah.
You're
in,
like, what the
like-
fuck is going on?
You're in like Jerusalem.
You're the second coming of Christ.
Something like that.
yeah. Somewhere where there's sand only.
Wake up, you're a little
You
You
boy.
guys ever been to Jerusalem?
No
No.
fucking way.
No way.
Sounds
Have you
cool
ever-
though.
No
Oh,
way.
I guess we don't want to go back into travel shit. We already kind of know where. Have you been out of the country, Daniel? That's a good question.
Yeah,
right?
actually, I have. I've been out of the country once, and I was to the Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
Yeah.
We're in the
Wow.
Caribbean.
So I went on this Disney cruise, right? And this, I was just like, you know, middle schooler, jerking off and shit. That's what I wanted to do. And we were on the Disney cruise. And first of all, we had like, I don't know, was like a chocolate phone. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like chocolate. Just texting my friends. Ran up a bill like $300 from
Oh,
texting. My parents were mad. But all I did was eat like hamburgers from this one specific stand and stay in my room. I didn't really get to experience the Caribbean.
So you were
Were
just
the burgers
inside your
good?
room.
Were the burgers good?
I mean, not,
Good enough.
They,
Can't even remember
They
them.
weren't good enough for me to even remember how well they tasted. That's.
Like it was just a burger.
It was
to
just
you.
like a burger, yeah.
Just some piece
I
of
was like,
meat.
man, this is a great burger. This is all I need to do right now. Just
It's
eat
like
these
from
burgers.
the cafes that they have, right? So
Yeah.
you just like go back to the shittiest one.
Yeah, I was just discovering my body.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You had to go to the Caribbean to figure this out.
Yeah, I was in an exotic area of the world, doing exotic things.
Dude, I did the Disney cruise once too, but I was like probably in 3rd grade or something, and I was still terrified of all of the giant creatures, like the guys that were
The
dressed
characters.
Up. Yeah, the
Yeah, the
Goofy
characters.
and whoever the fuck
I
else.
mean, there's definitely a debate on whether like there's actually people in there.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was thinking when I was that old. I was like, those are
That's a thing.
those
That's
real
that's a
creatures.
monster.
And then you
Yeah.
go across the
Yeah.
park and you're like, wait,
Yeah.
there's a. How did he get here?
How the fuck are you over here? Wearing, like wearing a safari outfit?
I saw
doesn't make any
Goofy.
sense.
I saw Goofy. I was like, that's just a moose.
What would you guys
That's a
do if
moose.
you saw like a Goofy or like a Tinkerbell fall overboard?
I
What
would
goes through your
laugh.
head?
I'd be like, it's too bad.
Back then,
she can fly. She's Tinkerbell, right?
Wait,
She
I'm
can
not
come
gonna
back.
dive head first.
You
into
get the
ocean.
phone out. You get the phone out.
yeah.
Well, yeah, if it's really Tinkerbell.
Back then, you get a $30 charge for your Razor phone taking
Your-
a pic
yeah.
of Tinkerbell.
Your shitty fucking.
It's fucking blurry as
Your
shit.
parents get
You
charged
can't make anything out.
$700 for the first ever viral video.
Huh?
Yeah.
Your parents would get charged $700 for the first ever viral video.
Well, I mean, Smosh was out.
Yeah, Smosh was already
Smosh,
there, dude.
Anthony and Ian were doing their thing at that point. But like, actually, now that I think about this, how would you guys feel about talking about your first, story?
Masturbation story.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
sure.
say it.
the first.
Sure.
I have a good one actually. I'll
Okay.
tell it. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah, go
nervous.
for it. You go first.
This is just like growing
This is
up.
guys
Yeah,
being
this is-
dudes.
So like I went to Catholic school, right? So like if you do anything fun, like you're
Boo,
bad.
yeah.
Boo, they boo.
Do we dox the school?
They shame
Not
you.
yet.
I'm not gonna dox the school.
Not yet.
Maybe.
Maybe later.
But yeah, I was just sixth grader. Just got a laptop for Christmas, which eventually got so much viruses that it like stopped working. But
I wonder
typed in-
why.
I typed in on to like Bing or whatever was the popular search engine at the time. I typed in big boobs, and I eventually found a video of this like blonde MILF, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And I was wearing these pajama pants, and like
So descriptive.
yeah, I mean, I'll never forget this. It was such a legendary moment. And I started, touching it over the pajama pants because I thought I found a loophole. I was like, if I'm not actually touching it, it's fair game.
Mm-hmm.
So I started, doing my thing, rubbing it, like caressing it. And then eventually it happened. And I thought I died. I whited out and I was like, oh. I literally thought I went to like heaven, and it made a big mess. And I came back into my body, and I immediately just got like butt naked and took a shower and just like 40-year-old man, like where did my life go?
Holy
Contemplation
shit.
in the shower, it's like head on the like glass, just like shit. What did I just do? Yeah, it was pretty epic.
So
I won't get
Holy
as
shit.
descriptive,
no, I just
but
wanted
I'll-
to. I wanted to ask
that.
one question. When you were saying,
Go into
Wait,
detail more
so-
about it.
oh, what was I gonna ask, dude? I'll think of it. So you can go,
I have a
Cole.
question
I'll
though.
think of
So
it.
like, you said you grew up in Catholic school.
Yeah.
That means like you could not jerk off. Like that
I
was
couldn't
like one of
do-
the worst things you could ever do, right?
Yeah, no.
And so did that scare?
Scared the shit out of me.
So that's crazy. That you use like the
Catholic guilt.
yeah, that's crazy. And then, bro, the excuse of the pajama pants.
I was like, I'm not actually doing it. I'm just hanging out.
That was my question.
hanging out.
Yeah,
Roughhousing.
I was just gonna ask like if it was like you thought that was getting you out of the sin.
yeah, like
by
I'm not
rubbing
looking at it. I'm not
the
directly
pajamas.
touching it.
Yeah.
I can just imagine you laying in bed, like clearly looking away
It's in
from
my
it.
basement on the couch.
Damn, that goes to show how powerful Catholic school can be.
Did you see God when you came?
It's just white.
I did. Was it God?
I've only whited out like that 2 times in my life. Once was when
It was that much cum, bro. You whited out. Like your field of vision was just whited out. Holy shit!
it was epic.
Yeah.
It was epic,
It was
dude.
so epic. It was the greatest feeling ever. The first time was that when I whited out from that. The second time was when I was in my friend's backyard smoking weed, but it was actually K2, which was not as epic.
No.
I thought I died again.
K2 is spice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Synthetic
pretty-
weed.
Not as epic, but still pretty epic.
Yeah. It's a good story.
Yeah, I have a lot of good stories.
I
like
guess I
now
could
we all
go
gotta- yeah,
next with the story, but mine is like it's definitely not as interesting as that. And I didn't have like the utilities. I was like probably I think 5th grade, and I just remember like having a boner for the first time, and I was like, what do I do with this? Like, why and what do I do? And I didn't really know. So I remember like I was in my bed one time and I just kind of like moved around in a certain way that was like really pleasing to me. And I was like, damn, like that felt good. I'm going to like just repeat that motion over and over again.
Right.
And then it just turned out to be an accidental splooge. And I thought that I pissed myself. Like I thought that it was piss for some reason. But It wasn't piss, and I soiled my pants that afternoon.
It's such a like bad feeling. You're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Because it just like it was like an unknown substance at that time.
Yeah, I
like,
just
what
didn't
the fuck
know.
Is this shit?
I really didn't know. I actually
Did I
thought
eat
it
it?
was piss. I was like,
Am I
why the
dying?
fuck did that even just happen? I knew it felt good, but I was like, why?
It was the best feeling ever.
Yeah, it was
Can't even
insane.
imagine.
No
It's-
pee has
and I
ever
was
felt
like-
like this before.
And I was like, how do I do that again, but like over the toilet?
how do I replicate this?
That was like the first thing that went through my mind.
Dude, I literally like passed out.
Yeah,
that's how like great it felt,
It's just,
and it's never felt that good. It's just sad.
cracks me up. I have no story even near.
Dude, you've literally just been like chasing that high for the first time.
Dude, such a great feeling. Just the first time, you're like,
Yeah, I know what you're saying though. In the shower, just like
just
you're-
like, God damn it. Like,
You feel like
what
a
led me to
son
this
with
point?
yourself.
yeah, really.
I feel like a dirt bag.
It's like, yeah, I'm about
That's
to
your
go to
first
court.
like moment as like a
About to
you turn like 40 years old for a second in that
And
moment.
then you're like, my back
Yeah.
is killing me. And that's when I first got arthritis.
You're like, I should go hang my jacket up. I just
Yeah.
got home from work.
Honey,
smoke a
oh.
cig.
Yeah. Anyway, one of you guys want to go?
Oh, you want to go?
We gotta go this
dude,
way.
Mine is very quick. I'm not going to tell a full story. I'm just going to tell you guys what was the first thought I can have of this type of story is that on my family's computer, I went down a very deep dive of looking for Britney Spears nip slips. And
Yeah, I feel that.
yeah, that is the beginning of the end.
As we all have, right? Brittany.
Probably
nip
at
slips.
some
Oh
point.
yeah, dude!
Oh,
If you didn't look
dude.
up Britney Spears nip slips, then like you might as well have like been Jamie Lynn Spears.
My friend's dad had like, dude, I shit you not. We'd go into like, this is gonna sound so goddamn weird now that I think about it. We'd go into my friend's like fucking shed, and his dad would be like, show us a VHS, and he's like, this is Britney Spears sex tape, and we're like, whoa. I'm like, now that I think about it, I'm like,
Shed.
that man is insane.
Yeah, dude. I hope that guy is doing better these days.
Maybe.
Wait, what? Can you tell like what was on the VHS?
No.
Oh, you never
It
watched
could have
it?
been a random. It could have been like a Nickelodeon, like,
Gotcha.
like
It was just a-
Wild Thornberries.
It was an orange. It was an orange VHS tape
Yeah.
that said Rugrats
I took his
on it.
word. I took his word. I was like, yeah.
Wait, so like he was just like chilling in the corner looking at a video camera and telling you guys like
Not a
I'm
video
looking
camera.
at Britney
No,
Spears sex tape.
that sounds much. Take your shirt off. No, it was just like a
Get comfortable.
VHS, and he's just like, ugh.
Hey, get over here.
God.
Give
And he
me a
had, like,
massage.
the poster of Britney Spears.
Oh, he's a fan.
Oh, he's a big fan. Yeah,
Maybe he did have it.
probably. I mean, I'll take his word for it. He didn't lie to me before then.
I
Take your
finally
shirt
just
off.
understood what you meant. Like he had just like a VHS, and
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
just like one
It's like a
VHS. It
dusty
wasn't
VHS.
playing
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything.
No,
and
it
he
was just a random
okay.
VHS.
I understand now.
He had it in his camcorder.
And
He's just
like, yeah,
watching
he
it.
takes his camcorder. He's like, you guys should go wrestle in the backyard. We're like, okay. Nah.
You guys want to take a tub
Other
or
stories like
anything?
that as well.
There's a lot. I can
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
there's a lot.
Holy
Ethan,
shit!
you got yours on deck.
I got 2 pieces of material that I can shout out from my early days of yanking it. That's honestly the one that did it for me was, and this is funny to admit. You guys remember Mansers on Spike TV?
Mansers.
That show did it for me. Late night, bro, looking at Mansers. Then the other piece of information or material I used was Katy Perry, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Katy Perry back in the day, that California Dream commercial. I
Right.
think that's the one. And she's just like
The
in a
music
cloud
video,
of cupcakes.
The music video is of
And Snoop Dogg would come in. You're like, no.
yeah, Snoop Dogg.
Those were the
Song.
two that I
She had
kind
the
of found my way with.
cupcakes on her tits, right?
Yeah.
The-
I
the
can't
whip-
remember
the
a
whipped cream.
specific story, but that's how. Those were my two shamans.
Katy Perry.
fucking Katy Perry and Mansers on Spike TV. Shout out.
Yeah.
Manser. I feel like I know what Mansers is, but
Yeah,
I
Spike.
can't remember. I can't think of it.
All I
what it
can
was.
remember is big ass titties doing stupid shit.
Oh,
Like
okay.
there's really nothing.
There's
on-
some sex appeal
Yeah.
to it.
They're
Speaking of
flipping
Spike
and
TV, did you
flopping.
guys ever
Gotcha.
watch Deadliest Warrior back in the day?
Yeah,
They
Yes.
would
Yes.
battle the dude.
Yes.
The coolest
Like the
shit.
Roman
We can get
versus,
into that
like,
later.
Aztecs.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a great one.
So sick.
Did you want to say something?
I was just gonna say I think that Mansers is probably like in the same generation as like Next.
Oh,
And-
okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
like that show where they would like get to like go through each other's rooms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, just weird shit like
And maybe
that.
like the
I gotta look
second
up
version
Mansers
of
now.
the second
1,000
version
ways
of
to die.
Punked, maybe.
It's like a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Big time callback. The dude from fucking Beautiful Mind. It was Game Theory, by the way. Just putting a cap on it.
That's solid. I think that Mansers was probably like the first iteration of like a girl code or like guy code type show.
Oh, I see
getting
what
this
you
wrong,
mean.
'cause I never saw it.
Next is great though. Now that you said Next is a fucking great show.
I like how you're speaking on
Here,
it, but
I'll
you'd be
read-
like, but I've never seen it. I don't know.
This program is strictly for guys. Each episode attempts to provide answers to the burning questions only men would be sophomoric enough to ponder, such as how long can a man survive on a beer alone, or what is the best organ to eat if you're a cannibal. Comedic. Yeah, dude.
So this is what you
turned me on.
This is what you jerked
Holy
off to.
shit. All I remember is that they use, like, actresses with big-ass tits.
Keep telling me how many beers you can
Was
drink.
it the organ episode that got you?
Yeah. This is the vagina.
This is fucked. Yeah, I don't know.
Sam, do you have your story or you?
Dude, I'm going to say I don't have any. I know, like. Dude, my memory's fuzzy about times. But all I know is I remember, like, my first experience with it. It was on YouTube, which I think is hilarious. And it was, like, just completely. It was completely softcore porn. Of just nothing happening, no insertion, just rubbing on YouTube. What was basically legal back then to be on YouTube that wouldn't be taken down. And that's how I found it, because I didn't know any porn sites. I'd just type in naked girl into YouTube, and
What about Google?
I just skipped Google. I just said, oh, it's a video site.
Yeah, right. That makes
So I'm
sense.
like, this has got to be it. This has got to be the gold mine of porn. But it was essentially just people rubbing up against each other, like Daniel and his
if
and his
that works, it
boxers.
works.
Did
or
your
whatever the fuck.
parents do the
Pajama
filters
pants.
and stuff?
Huh?
Did your parents do like the filters on the internet?
Free range. Dude.
Yeah, I never got cracked down.
My laptop literally stopped working.
Yeah, so
It
you
did
obviously
not
had
function anymore.
no
I was going
like
crazy.
no strictness
So
on
crazy.
the access. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you scoured every
It
corner.
was an awakening.
I remember
Yeah.
using, like, the PSP back in the day to get, like, to search, like, naked chick, like, boobs or whatever. Because you could access the internet on your PSP. It was one of the first. It was
Yeah, and then you
beautiful,
go-
and you couldn't be on, like, the Wi-Fi or whatever. it
You
was
go to
on.
Picto chat with your boys afterwards.
Drawing boobies.
Talk,
Then
you drop
this.
your
You're like,
links.
ah.
That's where you drop your links in the Picto chat.
Picto chat.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
But yeah, that's pretty much my only story is just softcore porn rubbing up against
Nice.
each other.
I just can't believe you guys why is it so like I remember literally every single detail.
Dude,
That's how
because
epic it was.
this information is living on the internet forever.
I
So all I'm giving is Britney
cares,
Spears nip
dude?
slip.
if I had a good story, and that was the worst voice crack ever. If I had a good ass story, I'd tell you, but I really don't have a good ass
It's
story.
natural.
Yeah, genuinely, I don't have like a crazy story either. I
Mine
mean, I
isn't
got crazy
crazy either.
stories, like, but not like that.
Great storyteller.
I also don't have a good memory at that age. I feel like of
What's your first memory?
dude. It's funny. My very first memory, I think, is when I was 4. All I remember is being in a park where my like daycare is, and I vividly remember playing with like a beach ball with a bunch of smiley faces on it.
My first memory is sitting in my basement with my older sister drinking out of Lion King sippy cups. That's all. That's
Lion
the
King sippy
entire
cups.
memory, though.
Wow. What do you know what age this was?
No, dude, I have no idea.
I have no concept of age with my first memories. It's more so just faces, like just people smiling at me, like holding me. I feel like
You don't have a moment?
like my grandma maybe smiling at me, or nothing specific. Those like the most basic memory I can think of that I can really truly remember back to is just like faces.
Mine's pretty vivid actually, and I was in preschool at Smoky Row, and I was like around this back area where we had, the little play area, the jungle gym and all that. And my buddy Matthew, he was all into dinosaurs. And I remember he was all pumped because he got like this new action figure Stegosaurus looking ass thing.
Fuck damn.
And he like came running up to me and showed me. And then I like as soon as he showed me, I just projectile puked. like all over the ground.
From excitement?
No, it was just like being a kid kind of puke, like where you're just like, oh, I guess I'm gonna puke now.
Yeah.
Like you just puke.
This is what's happening.
And then I remember him running away, obviously in terror, and like trying to get the teacher. And I remember hearing him say, like tugging on the daycare lady's like whatever the fuck she was wearing. He's like tugging at her, going, "Drew threw up, Drew threw up, Drew threw up," and just like he did it like 9 times before the girl noticed. And she comes running over and picks me up. I remember that pretty vividly. And then just eating animal crackers. That was like my second memory.
Staple, bro.
Yeah.
Animal fucking crackers, dude. It's still good today. You could smack a whole fucking bag of those things in 2 fucking seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right.
That's mine, though.
Yeah, animal crackers definitely taste different than other crackers. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't eat like more than probably 3 or 4 saltine crackers right now, even if I gave you like money to do it. But you could eat.
We'll have some water. I'd probably do it.
No water. You
Well, there you go.
You could eat mini animal crackers though with no liquid.
Right. My first memory.
Yeah.
My first vivid memory. I have like memories that like pieces, but my first vivid memory, and this is a good transition, was either a ghost encounter or a home break-in. Right?
Oh, that's a weird mix-up.
Well, once I tell the story,
Oh, okay.
it comes together. But
Before you go, could they be one and the same? Like as a kid, you were like, you
Yeah,
rationalized
definitely.
this home break-in as a ghost
a
encounter.
rob, yeah. I mean, that's what like it could be either one.
Maybe.
So I was probably like 4 or 5, and I was in my bed, and I didn't live in a great neighborhood at the time. And I like just suddenly like, you know, that feeling when you just, you know, there's someone behind you or something. Like there's just, you have a sense of like something's here, someone's here. I woke up out of nowhere and I like sit up in my bed, and I like look, and my door's open for some reason. I always close my door. And I just hear a voice. It's like, go back to bed. And I was like, okay. So I go right back to bed. And then I asked my parents the next morning. I was like, did you guys tell me to go back to bed? My mom and my dad were like, no. Because I like didn't recognize the voice, but I definitely heard a voice. So that was either a ghost or someone broke in, didn't steal anything, and then just left.
Like found nothing valuable and just dipped or
There was
something.
like TV and stuff.
Could it have been like almost a lucid, like half dream?
No, I was
also?
definitely awake.
Awake.
I was like 100% awake.
I remember you telling me this story before. When you started saying that, it was clicking. But yeah, like that's fucking spooky.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, I still don't know what it was. My parents still like, they're like, yeah, we didn't. I mean, they probably don't remember now, but at the time, I know for a fact it wasn't either of them, and they both said it wasn't them.
And did they notice anything about the rest of the house that might have been?
No, like there was nothing. Nothing was missing. Nothing was out of place. So
Yeah,
it might be a ghost. Might
could be
a
ghost.
guy that was just trying to. He's just being sneaky.
He's trying to
What
hang
would
out.
make you feel better if it was a ghost
I don't
or an
know.
intruder?
Good question.
I think the ghost sounds better in that scenario.
But then there's like a spooky spirit.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
intruder
but-
sounds comforting. Like, go back to bed.
No,
Yeah,
Don't
he
come.
didn't do
Don't come the
Dude,
fuck out.
That guy sounds like he's tight. He should kick it with us.
I know him. It was me.
I'd take the ghost 10 times out of 10. I would rather
Yeah.
it be the ghost.
But it's like a spooky spirit that you have to like deal with.
maybe for the
I mean,
rest
if
of
it
your
was
life.
a nice spirit, maybe
Yeah.
it's following me. That'd be
I
crazy.
mean, he did just
It's
tell you
like
to go
your
back to
guardian.
bed. That's
Like,
pretty.
shut up.
That's pretty good and
Yeah.
sound advice.
Yeah, just go back to sleep. You have school in the morning.
Do you guys have any ghost stories?
Dude, we were talking about it before. I believe in ghosts. I believe in entities and shit like that. But I've never had an experience to the point where I'm like, holy fuck, like this was definitely a ghost. I know you have one. You've told me one, and I fucking hate it.
Well, you told me yours too, like that flashing orb of light.
So
you
yeah,
saw.
the only one that I remember kind of vividly is I was playing sharks and minnows at night. And I was standing by like my lake, which was behind my house, in between houses. So it was like the strip of grass where there wasn't really anything. And we were staying there. Out of the corner of my eye, I just see like a flash of light or like some shadow that was way too fast to be like a person. And it was in the shape of a person. And that was pretty much it. I didn't really pay it any mind. All I remember is being like, did you guys see that? And nobody said anything. And I was like, all right, that was fucking weird. But that was pretty much it. Yours is more ghosty and more head on, like, I'm a ghost,
Yeah.
if it was a story.
Do you have a question, Dale?
Could it have been an alien encounter?
It could have, because it was in the shape of...
You said like an orb, right?
It was shape like, it was human shape like, and it had expenditures that were like long legs.
It's like the Simpsons episode.
Yeah. You know, like the
Mr.
floating,
Burns.
they're still floating, but they're not necessarily walking. It could have been in some entity or...
It's like, I come in peace.
Yeah. But I've never had a ghost encounter that was like, that's a ghost.
Were you playing with other people?
Yeah.
And they said they saw the same
No,
thing?
they
or
didn't
no?
see it.
Okay.
But I was the only one that was really paying attention in my peripheral.
Did you have like a feeling? Because whenever I hear good ghost stories, or at least ones that I believe in them, there's always something more than just what they saw. It's like they feel a true presence there. You saw something.
It was more of a feeling of like, did I just see like what I thought I just saw kind of thing? And it's very like a very loose memory that I have, just because it was something that I didn't really pay any mind to. But I do remember like a sensation of like almost being not chills, but like it wasn't warm. It was really warm out. This was in like the middle of the summer, but like it just getting like strangely cold all of a sudden, which I know is like a big ghost thing. But I never got chilled. That was like the only thing is I remember.
Sounds like you got ghosted, bro. There's a ghost.
Or some
involved.
alien.
There's a ghost.
But I don't have.
Story.
But yeah, Cola is a fucking insane one that I hate. And when you told me it, I disliked it a lot.
Mine's sketchy.
But I will let you fucking tell it.
It sucks because it's more so just like what my family has told me, because I was pretty young when this happened. But so it was like, I don't know if I've ever told you guys
I
this.
think you have.
Maybe, but whatever.
Are you going to tell the Holiday Valley one?
Oh, this one?
You should tell both of them.
I'll tell both of them.
Brad, do the first one. I thought you were going to talk
the
about
Holiday Valley one is more recent. And,
that one's fucked up, dude. I don't like that one.
So maybe a month ago, I was with some of our friends and we were at Holiday Valley and
Ellicottville, which is I
Ellicottville
will preface it
in
with
New
it is
York.
it is haunted, a haunted city.
It's a haunted area apparently. And so like we had been up, it was like 3 a.m. and then like there was like a main room and then like 2 rooms in like the back of this Airbnb, and me and 2 other guys, Alex and Griffin, were staying in this back room, and they were already asleep in our room. And I went in there to go to bed because everybody else was like, we're done like partying for the night, so we're gonna go to sleep. And I went into that room and I like turned my phone light on because I was like putting away like my clothes that I was wearing, like putting them back into my bag. And there was a picture on the wall of like this old like the way I can describe it, it was like an antique like trading post. It looked like the very first like Trader Joe's or whatever. And the picture on the wall just started like violently like rocking back and forth, like shaking back and forth. And at first I was like, oh, like Alex must have like stood up and like hit it. And then I like shine my light over at them and they were both just in their bed still. And this picture was just like rocking back and forth like super aggressively by itself. So yeah, that might have been a ghost.
See, that's a I'm a fucking ghost story. Like, you know, like nothing else is like, you're looking at this thing and you know that nothing else could possibly be.
I think that
fucking
my
with it
other
out.
ghost story is
I haven't heard this
scarier.
one. I haven't heard this one, so I'm even less excited.
You want to say something? No. Okay. So this one is apparently like when I was younger, at one of like super young, I was like a kid, and my grandma was babysitting me. I don't know where everybody else in my family was at, but it was just me and my grandma, and we were in this room in my house, and I like didn't want to go in there, and she like made me go in there with her for some reason. And then she asked me, she was like, why don't you like going into this room? And I told her that I don't like the man in the corner.
Oh, okay, I remember you telling me
And
this
then
one.
That's spooky.
so next to like that room there was a furnace, and I guess my mom, whenever she would walk past that furnace, she would like hear like voices coming out of it. And then we got the house like appraised. We were like rebuilding it. Like this is when you could like burn down a house and then like rebuild it.
Yeah.
That was still legal. So we had to have somebody appraise the house. So this guy had to come and go underneath the house, like in the crawl space. And when he was in that back corner of the house, I guess he told us that like all of the hairs on his body stood up and he thought there was somebody down there with him. So Man in the corner. I might be cursed.
It's mad haunted.
Real ting.
Do you guys think there's something that like a kid has that they're more keen to feeling that energy change than an older person would be able to feel? Because your grandma could go in there no problem. She's already had this lifetime of being like ghosts aren't real or whatever it might be. But you're a kid, and you might still be. You're more receptive or open to things like that being real. So does that make this sounds fucking ridiculous and some
I know
like
what you're saying,
wacky shit? But like as a kid, do you think you're more receptive to wild shit being real, therefore it can be real because you're making it real?
I mean, think of Santa or
It's imagination
or anything. I'm not. I know, but you're saying like the physical feeling too, like
say that ghosts are real 100%. Like that man in the corner is 100% real. That's a fucking spirit entity, whatever it is. Are kids more receptive to seeing that shit than adults are? Because the adults just shut it off as being a possibility at all whatsoever. Therefore, like they don't pay any mind to it, so it can't be real. But the way these things manifest themselves, or spirits or whatever, is they prey on the people that are most open to it. So it is kids. So if they do exist, it makes sense that it is only usually a kid that's being affected. I don't know.
Well, because I don't think it. Well, what you just said.
I'm also an expert.
What you just said makes it sound to me like the ghosts latch onto kids because they are. It's almost like, do the ghosts latch onto kids because they're just kids and they're more impressionable, or do
like
kids
being more impressionable makes you more receptive to being a victim?
Yeah,
and making it. I don't know.
But at that point, is it just the kid, or is it just maybe a person that is? Or is it just the fucking, and I asked you this before, is when you burn down the house, did the spirit go away or did it stay in this field where the house would have been?
Nothing sketchy ever happened again in the rebuilt house. And my mom always says that she felt like fire is like cleansing or whatever.
Mm-hmm,
so that like it like got rid of the spirit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's what I think like rule number 1 of killing spirits is burning down, like just obliterating whatever space that they were consuming. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Daniel, who's the coolest person you've worked with?
Coolest person I've worked with? It's a good question.
It's me. I know. You can just tell me.
Probably Juice WRLD. I think he was the coolest.
Amazing, dude.
We probably should have led with that.
I like that it's halfway through now that we can kind of. I guess. What do you want to? What did you do with Juice WRLD? Did you make any? I mean, you obviously made songs. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
You're doing with Juice WRLD.
So, I worked with this rapper Season who signed to Lil Bibby's management group, who also represented Juice WRLD, and I went out to LA. We all just vibed out, man. It was cool. You were there. Cole was there.
Yeah, we got some wild stories. We don't talk about that shit.
Yeah, we're shredding.
Unless somebody asks us.
You saw Juice WRLD?
No,
no. So the night that we went to this, like, I don't even want to call it a party because it was more of just like a kickback.
Just like his house
Just a
in the
chill
hills.
It was like this
kickback.
house up in the hills that I assume they were renting. Juice was somewhere in the house. I think he was hooking up with his girlfriend.
Never saw him though.
No, but G Herbo and Lil Bibby. That was cool.
Lil Bibby greeted us at the door.
Dude, when I
That's
almost
so
dropped
funny.
the wings.
Yeah,
That's like
his
one of
mom's
like the most
wings.
like frightening moments of my life. So like we pulled up to like this crazy fucking mansion, and there's all of these older ladies. These, I'm assuming that they're moms. We're bringing like food into the house and like huge like trays of
Like
like
catering
of, like,
kind of
catering
shit?
style
Okay.
food, and like me being like a like gentle white boy like offered to like help carry up one of the trays.
I'll help you.
And I was carrying this tray of wings, and we were walking up this spiral staircase, and I tripped on one of the stairs and literally was like inches away from spilling wings
Ruining the
all
kickback.
over. Yeah, I was
Completely
gonna fuck
ruining
up
the
the kickback.
kickback.
And me and Daniel looked at each other, and he was like,
I was like, did that just happen?
"Yeah, did I do that?"
Did I do
Did I do
that?
The lemon pepper wet almost.
I was about to say that, dude.
Food was good though.
Was it what wings were they from?
Good question.
Specifically?
Was it like teriyaki?
I didn't eat the wings. I remember
Oh,
Carl asked
good?
me if I wanted any wings, and I was like low key, like I was like out of it. I was like, "This
Yeah,
is
we
very-"
smoked before.
I was like, this is crazy, first of all, that we're in this situation. But I was just like, for some reason in my brain I was like, I feel like if I don't like eat anything, like it will make me seem cool. Like this guy is like too cool
You
to
thought
eat.
I was like
menace.
freaking out.
Yeah.
You remember? You're like, calm down, dude. I was like, I am calm. What are you
No,
talking
I knew you were calm, dude, but like, yeah, I don't know.
Then we
These
get
boys
there
were
and
on
you're,
one.
like, freaking out.
I wasn't freaking out. I was chill as a cucumber, dude. I just wanted to seem cool.
Yeah, it was
But
nuts.
when did the ghost show up for this story?
And then the place was super haunted the whole time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, ghosts. Dude, I like.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I want
Aliens?
Yeah, I believe in
Okay.
all that shit. I want a ghost to haunt me so bad, just so I know. Like I know for a fact. Like if a ghost wants to haunt me, do it.
You're giving him an open
Do
invite.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Open arms. I just want to be haunted. I want to like know for a fact.
Dude, yeah. Like, because sitting around being scared of what if, it would be 10 times less scary if we all just knew.
They're ghosts. Yeah.
They're
like,
just,
there's
whatever.
ghosts.
They're just chilling with us. You could even smoke a blunt with your ghost.
Hang
and
dapping
chill
up the
with your
ghost.
Like,
Like-
dude, just fucking show yourself. If anything, it seems like they're more scared of us. They're not showing themselves.
Yeah.
They're all fucking afraid to come out of the hiding. Bro,
Right.
come chill, ghost.
Like, do you want anything at Turkey Hill?
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man.
I'll get you a sandwich.
Can you give me
dude.
some mambas.
My ghost loves the purple Fago. It's its favorite.
He loves blueberry Fago.
I just leave it opened on my nightstand, and by the night, it's gone. Just a drank, dude.
Sam,
That
you have any
bacon.
good ghost jokes? You were kind of killing it with the buffalo.
Do I have any
Shit.
ghost jokes? I'll tell some later. I don't know if I can rip
Alright,
one
think
any
of
right
a new
now.
one. I don't have any ghost jokes either. Sorry.
I'll have to think of one.
But I guess we were getting into like past experience, past memories, past ghost stories, past masturbation stories. Do you feel might broaden that from where we were, but do you feel your childhood or your history playing into your music and how you make music, your influences?
Yeah.
I'm sure the short
Uh-huh.
answer is yes, but can you pinpoint a specific thing at all?
As far as music goes, just like growing up and just listening to a lot of different stuff, I guess. Because like I went through different phases, especially growing up. Like I would listen to like fucking Rob Thomas, and then like the next like year, like it was just hip hop, just a lot of like whatever I was feeling. Just listening to a bunch of different like we all grew up in that period of like fucking like Green Day
Yeah.
and
Red Hot Chili. No,
yeah,
Red Hot Chili
Coldplay.
Peppers was even before.
I was a huge Green Day guy.
I loved Green Day. I remember I had like an MP3. It was like a blue, I don't even know what, like half circle MP3.
I walk this lonely road.
Yeah, just Green Day.
I mean, like sorry,
That's cool. Go ahead.
is it cool?
It's pretty cool.
Okay. It's cool. Breaking news. It is cool. Are you talking about like the little like half ones that like had like fake CDs attached to them? and
Oh,
you would
like
plug
that.
it in.
The one song things.
It's like a '90s nostalgia.
I know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
know what you're talking
Shout out all my '90s babies.
It was like, I wish I knew what it was called because it was ridiculous. But yeah, I would bring that to school, listen to Green Day. Do you guys remember Fireflies? Like their
Yeah.
phone?
From Owl City?
Not
Wait,
Owl City.
Fireflies.
It's also Owl City.
Oh.
I love Owl City.
Is Fireflies is Owl City though? That's what I thought. you were
Fireflies. It was like a little phone you could only call like three
Oh
people.
yeah, you mom and dad and like an emergency
Yeah.
phone. I was begging for one of those back in the day. My parents would not get me.
I
one.
had one and
talking. Were you the
yeah, it was
coolest kid in
cool.
school?
No, far from. It went off during class, and that was like the most embarrassing. It was like ring a ding ding ding, and I was like, shit.
Could you
Alright.
not text on it? Sorry.
No,
That's cool.
Mm-mm.
What is your favorite playlist of any like video game that you've ever played?
Soundtrack?
Yeah, soundtrack.
FIFA. All the
FIFA.
FIFAs. The most recent FIFAs haven't been great, but like FIFA, like 12 to like 15, fucking great.
Just
so good.
Banging
Yeah.
songs.
Just great.
Yeah,
It's like, I wanna know now.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop.
No, that was
Copyright.
that was exactly.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Donovan?
FIFAs
that
are
was
great.
like an excellent answer. I really like the song where it's like dum dim dim dum dum
I don't-
ba-dum,
yeah.
boom.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I
Tongues?
I don't even think there's any soundtrack that like compares to it, other than like stuff that makes their own soundtrack.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
the Super Mario Sunshine
like, that's
soundtrack
good.
is all time.
It's good.
Or like Doom. Doom soundtrack
good.
has a fucking
a
crazy
lot of great
one.
samples.
Yeah. One of my favorites is actually the Tony Hawk Underground series.
Oh yeah,
Those-
that too. That's
Skate
really good.
3
Those soundtracks
too.
are pretty insane.
Yeah, all the skates are pretty
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
oh. I think any skateboarding game had just a gnarly
Express
soundtrack.
yourself.
Yeah, if you're into that.
Chris
Yeah.
Haslam's like teaching you how to kickflip.
I think
PJ
skateboarding
Ladd's
just,
doing
like,
a tray flip in front.
skateboarding and music go hand in hand
Yes.
a lot of the times.
Like revolting,
They do.
dude.
You know
Like
what I mean?
everything in music
Yeah.
goes hand in hand.
Jerking off.
I guess.
I mean, there's
everything in music do
specifics,
go hand
like-
in
There's
hand.
certain music
Sub-genres to each
Right.
activity.
All right, let's play a little game, and you can tell me what type of music goes hand in hand with the category.
Okay.
All right, scuba diving.
Let's say like ambient music,
Okay.
Skydiving.
more thrill, but like not like heavy metal,
Yeah.
like upbeat rock music.
Okay. Reupholstering a chair.
Jazz.
Like jazz, like Frank Sinatra.
Falling into a volcano.
Like the what's it? Metroid?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
You mean like the
Like Samus?
original
Oh, yeah.
Samus?
Yeah, like that
Or,
shit. Like 8-bit.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire.
No.
All right, your own life. What music goes hand in hand?
That's a great
My
question.
own life.
Yeah.
Three Stooges soundtrack.
What is the Three Stooges
Just like
soundtrack?
beep, 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 beep.
Just a bunch of like noises.
It's like 1930s. It's like, I got a pocket full of silver. It's like shit like that.
Snaps.
No one can
What a-
tell me no.
Oh my god.
The soundtrack. Three Stooges.
Stuff like that.
I used to have a DVD set of the Three Stooges, and I used to watch it choosingly.
Just old man.
Who you taking, Larry, Curly, or Mo?
Curly.
Who's your guy?
Curly is the big bald fat guy, right?
Curly, yeah.
Okay, I want
Mo's
him.
the one with the mop top.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then yeah. Curly.
Yeah, Curly's the big guy, right?
Curly.
He's the brute of the group.
He's like my Big Black, Christopher Big Black Boykin, R.I.P.
For real.
Yeah, dude.
Great show. Robin Big, Fantasy Factory. Robin Big was much
Talk
better
about
than
a
Fantasy
childhood,
Factory,
bro.
by the way.
Talk about a child.
Is that a hot take?
No, it's not a hot
Okay.
take. It was so funny how they treated drama on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would.
It's like,
dude,
oh,
come on.
come on.
Come on.
Cut it out.
Pranking me again for the 5th time today? Are you serious?
Rob Deerdeck. It's a man-child.
You shit in my bed again, Rob?
I'm 40.
Dude, Rob Dyrdek is awesome because he'll
Worst clothes.
set like Guinness Book of World Records that just like
worst
kind of
clothes.
aren't like world records. Like it will literally be something like
the
so
most pennies.
trivial. Yeah,
The most pennies in a bag.
yeah. Literally like the most eyelashes on one eye.
And it's just him wearing like the worst clothes. You
The
could possibly
baggiest
imagine.
clothes ever.
These big DC shoes.
Dude, he might be hitting another world record with just like airtime in terms of ridiculousness. I heard like statistically it breaks down. It's like on 99% of
I think it's-
MTV's airtime.
The least
is
funny old man
only
ever.
ridiculousness.
Look at this guy fall downstairs. Haha.
Like they only play ridiculousness.
Yeah.
You look at the shit and that's all they're doing.
It's like Carl Anthony Towns there. He's the guest. And he's like, man, what the fuck? Rob Dyrdek's like, I'm 58 years old. Haha, look at me go.
Oh my god, I'm trying to think of some other like mid-major athlete that's always there.
It's like, it's like Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, dude,
And he's
Juju's-
like,
And he's
doing-
dancing.
He's doing the whatever, the JB.
like the floss kids there on the side.
The backpack kid.
And here's Juju.
Juju on the beat.
That's
See
literally
Young
a perfect
Fly.
pairing, dude. Rob, if there was a new show called Rob and Juju, like it would be so
They're, like, back to
fucking
back,
good.
like- The
they're
biggest
doing,
cash
Lethal
grab
Weapon.
show.
He's like this.
I thought you were gonna say Rob and Carl Anthony Towns.
What a duo.
Yeah, he's like, nah. NBA was great. But
What about dude, I'd pair Kawhi with Rob Dyrdek.
no,
Absolutely
it'd be
not.
horrible.
Kawhi
The laugh
Leonard is
track, dude,
Precious cargo.
I know, but I think the laugh, I think, would just
He would
top off
never
Rob
laugh.
Dyrdek.
What makes Kawhi Leonard so funny is that he's not trying to be funny. He's just being himself, and his mannerisms,
That
and
is
the
true.
way that he, just operates
What-
is funny.
What do you think he like? What to him? What's humorous? Do you think it's like do you think like ridiculousness or like deadpan like British comedy?
No, it's
I think
definitely
like
like,
deadpan. Ha ha.
dude, what
Yeah.
Kawhi would think is funny
Oh.
is like in real life, like a person stepping on a banana and they don't slip, and Kawhi's like, huh, he was supposed to slip. Oh, that's funny.
Something that was supposed to be funny that didn't end up happening.
Just like very normal things. Or like somebody like opening up a can of tuna and there's no tuna inside of it, and he's like, there was supposed to be tuna inside of there.
Or it was just like,
happened.
this shit don't smell good.
So he's not watching like
Laughs at smell.
yeah.
Smells make him laugh. Just general smells.
He's not
Farts.
watching
Smells
Frasier.
that he expects.
You just see him snickering
Laughs
in
at
the
the smell of
corner
his own
at a
fart.
can of tuna. Like,
Yeah, like
damn.
he's probably like I bet
should
he
get
would
more
watch
credit.
he would watch
Yeah.
Monty Python and probably think it's funny.
He watches like Curb. He's like, this challenges social norms.
He sounds like a slowed down Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, I did see someone talking about Kawhi, and they're like, we should appreciate this now because once he retires, we'll never hear from him.
The man will
Fuck
fall off
no.
the face of the earth.
He's
Good
not
for
gonna
him,
do
though.
any interviews.
Good for him.
He'll be out.
What a jerk.
He'll just be living his own life, like fishing. Maybe
You'll just hear his laugh
What do you think
muffled.
he does?
He does like fishing.
It's not surprising.
Yeah, I wish there was something a little more
Woodwork.
surprising.
Maybe that's his humor.
him
His,
and,
like,
him
big
and
fish.
Carl Malone.
Fishing jokes.
He's like, oh, big
He's
fish.
probably been texting Carl Malone his entire career. Like, how
hope not.
how should I handle this?
Yeah.
How do I handle the
There's some
laugh
stuff
thing on
about
Twitter?
Carl Malone.
Malone's like, just go fishing.
Just go fish.
Just go cast a
Oh.
rod.
Are you guys good at fishing? Who's good at fishing in
Not
here?
at
Can
all.
you really
I
be
can't
good at
fish for-
fishing?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you can definitely be good.
Yeah,
at
but
In
fishing.
what
like, I don't
sense?
understand.
In what sense?
You
You just
Real-
got to know how to.
I'm not good at fishing.
Teasing
For the
them?
record.
To
Sorry,
me, like
sorry.
fly fishing, like.
But that's
that's-
different
that's-
than
yeah,
just
I
like me.
I am good at fishing. I went fishing like every other summer in Canada when I was younger, and I've caught a fly fish in Colorado.
But
I'm
that's-
average.
That's good. Fly fishing is. I think you have to be very skilled in
How do
fly
you,
fishing.
like, is it just amount of fish caught?
How
How do you gauge the skill level?
Well, dude, I would say that some of the best days of fishing are the ones where you don't catch any fish, and it's just about the memories that you
So
made with
true.
the people you were fishing with.
Just humbling.
I call that a shitty ass fucking day, dude.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Waste
I
of a
didn't
day.
catch one
Waste of a
fish.
day.
But no, I mean, like, yeah, comparatively to like the best fishers, no, I'm not good.
But how do you gauge that skill level?
I still don't.
Well, there's a lot of knowledge that goes into it.
Oh yeah.
And then, literally just, yeah, I guess you could gauge it off of how many fish you catch in one outing.
Okay.
Do you need knowledge? Like, at this point, it's you have sonars.
what
One
knowledge?
that
Well,
fucking find the fish.
No.
Yeah, they do.
That is.
Not fly fishing.
That's
I'm talking about
relative.
just like
that's relative for some types
I'm
of
just
fishing. But like, do you know how to cast a fishing rod?
I do. I don't know how to fly fish.
Do you know how to do it well?
A well.
Okay, yeah,
How to
I could see that.
cast it well.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
like,
that.
do you know how to
I'm
like?
I'm a side guy.
See, that's
Even if
See,
you were
wrong technique.
I don't
even
go
if
out-
you
I
were
don't
just
go
gonna
out
like
that.
fish with like a bobber, like do you know how to like tie a bobber onto like? Yeah, so like there's just shit like that. That's
I
like,
know the
bunch of
basics of fishing.
a
I do know
mundane
that.
skill.
You hand me a fishing rod and a bobber. I have no fucking clue what to fucking do.
You know what you do?
More of a
You
noodler.
you push the bottom, hold the bottom, then you push out the plastic side.
It's pretty easy.
Then you loop it under. Well, I guess do you start it? No, you'd start at the bottom, wouldn't you?
It doesn't matter because fishing with a bobber makes you a pussy.
Yeah, you a bitch. But
Sorry, that was super.
figure that
aggressive.
shit out. I don't know. I used to fish all the time. I had a pond in my
I
backyard.
caught a grouper one time and it was fucking delicious. You guys ever had grouper
Yeah.
before?
No.
That's a fucking
Grouper's
well
good.
fry. You gotta fry it, but it's not. I mean, it's not the best fish, but
Did you go like
I've had
deep
it
sea
before.
fishing?
yeah, my cousin fishes like just a ton. And they live in the Keys.
Deep
But
sea
that's
fishing's
not
fun.
Grouper's Grouper's good. I
Grouper.
leaned in to say.
Wait, so did you guys just like go trolling, or did you actually like reel her in?
What's trolling?
Trolling is when you just like cast, and then like the boat just like goes through the water, and like the fish like.
You're telling me the boat goes through the water?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you're not just like stationary. Like the boat is moving, and like your line is like following behind the boat, and like the fish.
Or
That
ca-
it
catching up
emulates that like your bait would be like a fish
you're doing
swimming.
that.
I've
Yes.
been deep sea fishing where that's the case where you have your line out and the boat is going and you hope that you kind of catch a hold of something as you're in motion. But
you
I never
yank
caught
something.
shit. I couldn't catch shit.
That pretty much is like all deep sea fishing. But I mean, like, did you like reel it in? Like, did they let you do it?
Yeah, I reeled in this grouper and we fried it and ate it.
All right, well then you're an A+ fisherman.
No, but it was like with a guider. Like I could not have done it alone. It was
Well, you also don't have the boat,
yeah.
so there you go. Unless you just swim.
You haven't seen my boat, dog?
Oh, I've seen your boat. Pause.
And that's the fishing segment.
Yeah.
How do
what do
we
you
reel this back?
Yeah.
What do you guys think's the hardest sport?
Hardest sport?
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
We
again.
did talk
Dude,
about this.
they-
I don't know
Oh,
if
you
you've,
have?
if
This
you've
was
heard.
before my time, but
This was like the 4th podcast episode.
All right, we'll scrap it.
But we can revisit for a second because Sam has some unfinished business.
I have
with
some
a
very
certain
unpopular
sport.
opinion.
Yeah.
And I will preface this with the hardest sport. I think we decided that you could the hardest to master, therefore achieving like mastery in every specific realm of like whatever sport it is. I think we decided UFC, golf, and shit like that. I'm pretty sure anything that was singular.
The highlight of the story is Sam ranked baseball at like the bottom tier of things to master. He thinks it's one of the easier. He ranked bunny like racing above it.
As a meme,
But obviously that's a bit like he's not being 100% serious. But
I do stick with the
his
baseball.
disdain for baseball was.
I would say it's
Probably.
mid tier. I would say. What about skateboarding?
skateboarding, I think, is
Skateboarding we didn't rank because we didn't want to have the extreme sports like mixed in with
Okay.
the regular sports. But I would say, I guess I'd have to think of all the extreme sports, but I think skating is probably harder than snowboarding.
Well, yeah, because you're not
It's def-
strapped in.
It's definitely
got a lot more
in the
shit to
A
do.
or S tier.
But yeah, that was my beef. My whole beef with baseball was that it's not a singular sport, and the fact that you can't achieve mastering all of these different positions.
That's a fair point.
Then there's no way you can technically master the sport. Therefore, it's kind of a wash.
So what about like a goalie though? Like as a hockey goalie or a soccer goalie, like they're not a master of their position at the highest level.
I think they are. I think they are in the sense, but I don't think they're technically mastering
Soccer.
hockey. I don't think they're mastering soccer. I just think.
They're a master at a certain position.
But if you're like a midfielder, I mean, yeah, but then you don't.
can't play
You
goalie.
can't
But
play goalie.
So But what
basically
sport is
that
not like
gets
that?
rid of everything.
UFC. Anything
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
a
So,
sport.
golf-
you think
golf
that,
and
like,
UFC,
golf,
yeah.
UFC, and maybe basketball are the only three sports you can
Not
master.
basketball. no.
basketball, no.
No, not basketball.
Well, okay, well, dude, even though there's different positions, like you're still just dribbling and shooting and rebounding.
Well, yeah,
but
like
like
but-
look at Shaq and then look at Allen Iverson. Like,
Yeah, they're completely
Yeah, but
different.
they have both mastered it in their own way.
But that's like
yeah,
the whole
that's the point.
But I'm saying that like
Like a goalie
like,
masters the
Allen
game
Iverson
in his
can't
own
play.
way.
Yeah, but
center.
that's like a totally different aspect. Like,
But there's
they're
always
still-
defense
they're
and
still
offense.
just trying to score points.
There's always
and
defense and
shooting.
offense. Hockey players, the defensive players learn a completely different skill set.
I know, but that's not. I'm just saying like it's kind of more specific to just goalies. Is what
Okay.
I was saying.
I think
Fair.
to finish what you're saying, I think any sport that is compartmentalized with positions makes it impossible to master, which is kind of what I was trying to
I
get
agree
at.
with that.
That wasn't your argument on the episode, though.
My argument was
you didn't
Yes, it
bring that
was.
up at all.
Well, because I was
you said that.
belligerent.
Okay, then say that.
But now that I'm defending it, and this is how I've defended it every time, is there's no way that you can master a sport if you can't physically play every position. But that's it.
If we were to mix in the extreme sports like Daniel, where would you put skating?
I'd say probably number one. I think skating is one of the hardest sports.
I would say A or S tier.
Yeah.
The reason why I
100%.
agree with you 100% about the snowboarding being less hard than skating is because Shaun White went from snowboarding to
Yeah.
skateboarding and he
It was
fucking
dog
sucked.
shit.
Well,
And that's my
Didn't
only.
suck.
I
He's-
mean, okay, so I'm coming at
Shaun
it from an
White-
angle of like I don't know skating. This guy's obviously fucking good at skating,
yeah.
but he wasn't as good at skating as he was at snowboarding.
It definitely took a bit for him,
Yeah.
but Shaun White is a fucking commodity.
Just an
Like,
athlete. Just a
Shaun
fucking
White is
athlete.
like, just to clear the record, like Shaun White is like an impeccable skateboarder. Like he's insane at vert and
He used to
transition.
be like one of the best vert skaters in the world.
Well, because he did half pipe. That was his
Yeah.
main
also
thing.
like your thought process of like, oh, like skateboarding is harder than snowboarding because you're strapped in, and snowboarding
It's a whole different
is like
thing.
that's not how it works.
They're
Like,
completely different fears. Like,
Yeah, but I think to the sense that you can still be detached from the thing that is basically the sport, which is the skateboard or the snowboard, is like just adds a whole nother factor. I think I'm agreeing. I think skateboard is so much harder than snowboarding in the sense I think just to get to an ollie is so much harder than to get to the point of like just like
to shoot
jumping.
a basketball.
Yeah, something like that is like, dude, it's fucking insanely impossible. I don't even know how to ollie.
Yeah,
and I feel like I've tried to skateboard.
It takes a long time to learn, but also like, okay, here's another thing. Like you saying that like you can't master every single position in one sport. In skateboarding, there's different disciplines. So can you master skateboarding? Because you could skate street, you could
like rails,
skate, like yeah, you could skate vert, or you could be like a slalom skateboarder where like you're like downhill, like riding in between cones.
Tranny guy.
Yeah, I guess then it breaks down to, because then I mean then you can get into the argument MMA and UFC is compartmentalized into their weight classes. You're never going to fight somebody. Obviously, somebody that's 100 pounds compared to 200 pounds is going to fucking slay you in UFC regardless, just because they can wrap you up and fucking sit on you.
I think you just took like a really bad approach to just admitting that you don't like baseball.
Oh, I said I don't like baseball.
I think baseball.
I hate baseball.
I think baseball sucks too. I'll put it on.
I think it's terrible. But I'm breaking down my own argument of like,
yeah,
if you're going to
just think it's a
compartmentalize
weird
it,
approach, because you can master all of these things.
you can't, and that's what you can master UFC to a point where you're only better than this person that weighs the same as you. You don't have any cross. You don't have anything that you can compare the best lightweight person to the best ultra weight.
Yeah, that's true. Daniel, if you could be on any sports team in the world.
Sports team?
Yep.
In any era. I'll give you the era too.
Just like you can pick a sport, what team you on, and you're the captain.
I'm the captain.
Is it basketball?
Probably. Like some like 80s team, but not like a good team.
We want the
Just
shittiest
like a fun team.
You want to be like captain of like the Seattle Supersonics?
No.
You don't want to play with Gary Payton?
Gary
go,
Payton,
like-
Sean Kemp, Super
Like the
Sonic.
76ers when Daryl Hawkins was on it and they were like doing a ton of coke.
When
And I'm
Barkley was like a rookie.
No, even before that. It was like the 70s. And then but I'm shorter. So I'm like 5'7". But I'm kind of out of shape too. But I'm the captain.
Yeah, that's great.
And then there's just these massive people.
Just a workhorse.
And I'm like pointing. I'm like, one, like, set up the triangle, set it up.
Get in position.
I'm just like bad passes.
We're still running the triangle offense.
Yeah.
Set it up.
Well, this was before the triangle.
What?
I'm shooting threes.
70s is like, yeah. That's when
The 90s is the triangle.
that's when Phil Jackson was
mistake.
still in the league.
Yeah.
Was the triangle, what was it, offense, defense, or is it both?
Offense.
It was offense.
Was it really like always around? It just was never labeled as a thing until this time period?
It's a theory of an offense that's supposed
Like a play?
to work. Kind of a play.
Or
Not
like a setup, I
not
guess.
a yeah, kind of a set, but
Yeah.
okay.
introduced by Phil Jackson,
I would do that.
the Bulls.
Or I'd be like in the steroids era of baseball. Like Sammy Sosa.
You're on the A's with like Mark McGuire and
Yep,
fucking.
but
you
I'm
can
also-
do coke there
I'm
too.
both like the same height and then like out of shape too.
Yeah.
And like just striking out.
Just a. I was gonna say home runs all the
super
time,
sweaty.
And the captain.
And I'm the captain too, just because of my heart. Just like really getting everyone.
but he's got a
riled up.
big heart.
Compassion. Heart.
I have a last play.
D9.
Come on, boys, let's get this done. Slam it out of the park, Thammy.
Come on with family.
Yeah, Thammy.
The 30 for 30 about you. Just like
He played every sport. He
Daniel Rector was a captain
Horrible
for
athlete.
all of the major leagues.
Horrible. That's your 30 for 30.
There's like
I look
a
like Ken Bone.
there's an ongoing argument about you or Bo Jackson as the best cross athletes.
My
What?
eyes I have like cross-eyed.
There's like a video like you're shaking JFK's hand and he's like, look how weird this guy is.
God damn, this guy's weird looking.
He's a killer though.
Come up, it's.
He's a killer though. He's got the hat.
He's got that.
I'm the
Big
guy
hot.
with the umbrella. You know,
Yeah,
in the JFK.
Yeah,
the guy near. I'm the guy in the
Zapruder
umbrella.
film. Yeah.
I'm in like every historical event. Just go back.
Oh,
You're in the
dude.
background.
Yo, that's a crazy
I'm
movie.
in Pompeii.
There's a Woody Allen movie called Z-Lig where
I gotta talk about Woody Allen.
sorry. There's a movie called Z-Lig directed by this guy and he can shapeshift into to looking like other people, and he like inserts himself into like all these historical events.
That's what I would do.
It's crazy.
My dream. That'd be my dream.
Have you seen these like time traveling photos of these people from like back in the day?
Oh yeah, like the dude in Several Centuries that looks just like Matthew McConaughey
He's
or
wearing,
some
like,
shit.
No. There's like a dude that like
Yeah.
he's wearing like, and it looks just so doctored up, and I'm so curious if there's anything that's an actual like picture that is just believable enough. But it literally looks like Cole with sunglasses on, just standing in the middle of a crowd on his like holding something that looks like a phone.
Isn't it that he's always like in the background of photos before people are assassinated or something?
Dude,
It's
maybe
me.
this
That's
is a
what I'm
thing.
saying.
Yeah,
That's
One
me.
of them is like a Mike Tyson
That's
fight.
D9.
I've seen that one before.
That's okay. If you could die anyway, how would it be? My answer would be is to be in the ring with prime Mike Tyson and get punched and die.
Instantly or like
Just instant death.
Okay.
But like not like gruesome, just like boom and I just fall and I
the people
I'm
champ,
not living.
baby.
You'd
I'm back,
certainly
baby.
have a lot of respect for that. Yeah.
I'd be so sick.
That would be, yeah.
I would get a like unbeatable bloody nose until I'm out of blood. That would be my ideal way.
You just bleed out slowly.
Out through your nose.
Yeah.
That sounds.
What a bitch way to
Just
die.
a normal
I feel
bloody
like
nose.
you wouldn't even feel. You'd just be like, "Damn, there's no stopping this."
You just
Yeah, I'm done.
I would get tangled up like trying to put on a long sleeve shirt, and then like I would trip and fall and like
Break
brain
your neck.
aneurysm.
Just bleeding of the brain. You're out. You're gone.
Right.
E.
Dude, I sometimes I wish because like we live in an era where like we die and it's so not easy to die, but people die peacefully. I always imagine like being in like medieval times and being a knight and just getting hacked in the name of something that you believe in so much. Like you're dying for a fucking purpose and you believe in it 100%. So like hell yeah, I'll get hacked in half right now. It's not even a thing. Like or another example would be like samurais, just like fucking do it because they're disgraced with
You kill yourself.
yeah.
What's the
That
ninja
type
movie?
of mental control is insane. But I guess it's two very different things. A knight getting hacked and then a samurai just doing his thing. I don't know.
I think my ideal situation is I'm in the running of the bulls and I just get speared from the back and just
Christened on the horn.
and my blood is dripping down the fucking street that they're running on, and I'm just being carried.
That's actually a really cool pick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's
what I'm
pretty.
saying.
That's like might be the coolest way to go.
I feel like people in the streets are just crying as I pass by because of how beautiful it
Oh
would
my
be.
god, dude! Like all of these like fair maidens are like
Rose petals. Yeah. And it's just me. It's like
dude,
Gladiator.
they like pick, yeah, they like carry you,
yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
You're speaking Arabic.
I'm speaking in tongues.
I would die with the Mike Tyson, or I would die in a funny way. Like I'm wearing like one of those one-piece swimsuits that's like black and white stripes, and I like jump off like the Empire State Building, and then there's like a little fishbowl next to my body, or a piano falls on me. And I like pop up, and like my teeth are the piano keys.
It's like a fucking Looney Tunes.
I run off a cliff. My head like extends while my body falls. I hold a sign up.
So you want to be in a cartoon?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
That's
We
what,
established
that's what
that.
he's been saying.
that'd be a good way to die.
Huh.
Just missed.
Damn it.
Trying to think of other cool ass ways to just go out. Like you're just a G. Like going out fucking. Speaking of Matthew McConaughey, his dad died while fucking his wife. I think that's a good way to go out. You're just
Fucking
in
his wife.
Yeah,
Like a heart attack?
Heart attack or
Oh.
something like the. It's just the best nut.
There was
And you just
a
go.
there was
that
a
close.
Pompeii
Bring it back. Yeah.
statue or something. Like there was two people that were fucking
So
during
close.
Pompeii,
whiteout.
and they were just immortalized in the
Dude,
in the ground.
Being in Pompeii would
getting
be
fucked.
tight.
Oh, that was
No.
the ash.
You
It was
just
like
become
a.
No, it's
Ash,
just
that's
like
so sick.
it was like a fossil of them fucking.
Yeah.
Are
Ah.
fossils the
Have you
original?
seen the guy jacking off?
Is that
There's
from
a-
Pompeii
yeah, there's
too?
just a guy
That
like
might
this.
that might have been what I'm thinking of.
Swear to
Yeah.
God.
So his
Swear to
dick is
God.
still on his hand
Well, that'd be great
with
if
a
it was.
smile
It's
on
just-
his face.
He whited out for Pompeii.
That's why I was this close to being Matthew
Daniel saw
McConaughey's father.
At 13 years old or whatever.
Died of a massive cardiac arrest.
Did you want to say something? Sorry, I thought you were leaning in the mic.
Oh, it's not as relevant now. I was gonna ask if were fossils the original NFT, forever.
The tangible, it's a holdable one. Yeah.
They're just.
Well, that's an art. Then
the
it's
OG
art.
version.
The art is
The infinite.
So, what about shark teeth? That's an NFT.
That's a fossil.
Is it a fossil at that point, or is it just a
Are we
tooth?
talking? There's like fossilized shark teeth.
Yeah, that's
Is that
true.
what we're talking about? Or just like actual shark teeth?
What is
Everything's an NFT.
What is the craziest way you saw on 1,000 Ways to Die somebody died? Do you guys remember anything that stick
I don't
out?
know. Maybe some guy ran out during a he dropped his phone on a roller coaster, so he just jumped the fence and tried to go get it, and
So-
then just got decapitated.
We had this story at Cedar Point, wasn't it?
I think it was
The
either-
Millennium
it might have
Force?
been no, because I think we looked it up. It was
It was
like
a person they were going to get their hat. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You just say
I
that.
thought it was
My
a
hat.
phone.
That wasn't on.
Oh, my
That happened
hat.
in real life.
That's much worse.
Yeah.
My hat.
The sun's in my eyes.
My $3
Yeah.
hat.
Yeah,
Oh no.
that's crazy though. That's
Yeah,
fucked.
Should we do a snake draft of songs?
Or producers,
Or producers.
Do we? Oh, I got a better one. What about best producer tags?
I think
that
you
one's
guys
been
have
done.
already done that before. You
Oh,
guys
maybe
already
we
talked
have.
about
That one's been done.
I have
Oh, we
an
have done that.
I have an encyclopedic knowledge of everything you guys have talked about prior to
Files.
being on the show.
Just files.
But snake draft of albums.
We can do albums, artists.
producers.
I want to do something kind of fucky though.
Snake draft of instruments.
I like producers.
Let's do producers.
I'm down.
That would
Alright.
be good.
Sam, start us
Oh
off.
Jesus.
Or are we gonna name who to pick from, or is it just all personalized?
Just all personalized,
Okay.
whoever you can think of.
Whoever we can think of. I'm gonna go with Kanye first. Fuck it. Write him on the list. Kanye's my first one. I was listening to some beat of his today that I'll have to see if I can figure it out.
We're doing producers, right? Is that okay?
I think I know who you're gonna take.
But it was some video of him that he made some beat and it was kind of fucked up. But it was really fucking good.
Kanye's a genius. In the Runaway outro, did you guys know this? That he mixes his vocals in a specific way that he wanted originally to have an electric guitar do the outro. That's why his vocals sound like that. He's mimicking an electric guitar, which I thought was really, really sick.
I'll have to fucking listen.
Isn't
to
it
that song
also
again.
because
know
it was
that.
supposed to be mimicking the fact that the public's not hearing what he's saying, so he's like that was his way of saying I'm making this song right now to explain I'm always gonna be this way, but no matter what, people are still gonna misunderstand me because he's still kind of mimicking the verse as he's going, and then it fades to that.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's some
Kanye-
interpretation that I.
Kanye's a
Deep
genius.
and dive, but I
Yeah.
know that for a fact that that's the reason his voice sounds like that is because he wanted an electric guitarist to do it, but he was like, I'll just do it myself, which I thought was really cool. That was
Yeah,
a really
that
good
is cool.
idea.
Genius,
Yeah.
dude. That's why I picked him.
Yeah, he's really smart.
So fuck you guys. You can't pick him.
He's off the board.
All right.
All right.
Go Jay Dilla.
Who's okay? So what is Jay Dilla does what songs? Or am I fucking stupid?
Jay
what am
Dilla?
Who am I thinking of? Who's Jay
You're
Dilla?
thinking of Madlib, maybe?
Jay Dilla and Madlib are pretty similar, and
I don't know.
he does his own That's where in my perfect world, I wouldn't be producing for only artists. I'd be producing stuff that itself can just be a song.
You'd be producing for yourself.
Yeah.
You'd be an
Well,
artist.
It'd be a song that didn't need an artist to be on it.
Yeah.
It's just a song by itself.
And there's a lot of Jay Dilla.
Yeah, he
That's
did
like
that.
that.
You should listen to Donuts.
He just has
It's really good.
crazy discography, and he was literally producing beats
Did he? Are
up
there any
until, the
songs?
moment he
any
died.
good-
He's Kanye's biggest inspiration.
Donuts.
I've heard him talk. I've heard him talk about. I'm pretty sure Kanye's talked about him a couple
What's it
times.
called?
Donut.
Last of the Night.
Huh?
Last of the Night, is that one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
don't
song
know.
off of Donuts.
He's a
Welcome to the show. It's my
80s,
favorite song.
90s producer,
90s, 2000s. He
90s,
died in
2000s.
2007 or something. He was only
Yeah.
33.
but he's an
Yeah.
MF Doom dude, or did shit with MF Doom.
I don't know if he worked with Doom. Madlib worked with Doom.
Mm-hmm.
JD
Doom
is
is
like just a very
his best
he's
album.
like kind of like a crazy individual. I don't know. Just look him up.
He's like
We can't do any
crazy.
justice by
just
describing
go
him.
on
Yeah, I don't
YouTube
know.
and look it up, and
I'll
you'll be
have
there
to
for
give him a
hours.
listen. Probably
Yeah.
heard of him.
Fuck, dude. I was definitely gonna go with Dilla, but I kind of
Jay
had a feeling
Dilla.
you would take him.
That's my
But
biggest
I will go
inspiration.
with Premier in his place.
DJ Premier.
DJ Premier
All right, I'm
with
gonna go.
my favorite produced song of all time, which is Mathematics by Mos Def.
That song fucking
That song
rules.
is so good. All right, I'm gonna go with Pharrell from the Neptunes.
That's a good one.
From the Neptunes. Dude, the Pharrell was still producing shit. He's on I heard him talk about how many songs he's like made that nobody really knows about, and it's shocking the hits that he's made.
Dude's catalog rolls deep.
It's stupid deep.
All right, so snake draft. So I got to pick two. I'm gonna go Young Chop, one of the godfathers of Atlanta drill,
I
We
fucked
talked
with that
about
pick.
Chop, bro.
That's a
and
pick.
no, maybe not Atlanta drill,
Chicago.
Chicago drill. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's Chicago.
Yeah.
The Chief Keef stuff.
Exactly. And then I'm gonna do the Alchemist is my second.
Oh,
one.
that's a good.
Young
I was thinking
fuck.
of him too.
Young
Damn.
Chop on the beat.
Now I gotta recycle some names.
on to Cole.
I gotta do some research.
I'm thinking. This is just dead space airtime while I'm thinking. of somebody that I wanna put.
I'll make random noises.
Benny Blanco.
It's another good one.
Mm.
No,
Any side note on that, or that's just your pick?
I fucking love Benny Blanco. If
Yeah,
you're listening,
fair enough.
Invite me to come hang out with you and Maddie Matheson at your place in LA.
Cashmere Cat.
And Diplo.
Yeah. Diplo can come too.
Cool. My second picks, and already talked about him a little bit, but I'll just take Madlib at this spot.
Mhm.
Mad Villainy.
Good
With
choice.
MF Doom. R.I.P.
Real.
Dude, I heard that they have like a second half of that, like a part two of that album, almost 70% completed.
I
or
hope they don't
something.
release it.
Yeah, or NFT it.
Oh, and of
Mad
course
Villain.
with Freddie Gibbs lately, they've been
Yeah.
doing
He's
some
great
Oh yeah,
stuff.
that's right. I forgot, dude. Freddie Gibbs has been off the chain lately on Instagram.
Gonna pick the Flying Lotus.
Lotus.
Did a lot of stuff. Great producer. He works with Adult Swim a lot.
Producer, dude. I'll go number 2. Kenny Beats is number 2. Dude, number 3. One that sat in my mind that he's not necessarily one of my favorite. There's a dude named. Have you ever heard of Arab Music?
Of course.
Arab Music, put him down.
He's good.
His like drum pad skills are
Yeah.
like next
I
level.
wish I was like
Like
as good as him.
just insane, fucking
Those are
insane.
so
But yeah, Arab
So
Music. Arab Music. Saw him at Scully's though.
he performed at Scully's.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna go with Knowledge.
Damn it!
Just some good picks in here.
Knowledge. Knowledge did what? I always like to. What did Knowledge do? What beats? Anything
He
important?
works with like Action Bronson, Earl Sweatshirt. Worked with Kendrick. He made
Okay.
what? It was a song off of Damn.
That
right?
Anderson .Paak album.
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
Anderson .Paak's a good producer too. He's really good.
Dude, him on the drums is filthy.
Yeah, he works with adult. My picks have all just been like Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My third pick is Ant from Atmosphere. Might not have heard of him, but if you know who
I
Atmosphere
have a
is,
vinyl of him. Of
yeah, Atmosphere is one of my all-time favorite groups.
Two
And,
white dudes, right?
They're
I thought they were white.
they're like, I don't want to misspeak on it. I think they're like Latino-ish.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, Smart Went Crazy is like one of my favorite produced songs. Sunshine obviously is like one of their most popular songs, and Fuck You Lucy. 3 great songs.
Dude, Atmosphere's
Check out Atmosphere. if you
Atmosphere's a
haven't.
banging little group.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about this guy, but I know that he's a legend. I'm gonna go with Rick Rubin.
Yes.
Rick
Daniel,
Rubin.
I don't know if you can enlighten me more.
He's more of an engineer.
Yeah, but I mean,
it counts. He produces too.
fuck it. That was a sexy pick.
Yeah.
Is every producer an engineer?
No.
No. Okay. It's a different skill set.
Yeah.
I kind of assumed.
That makes me question my next pick and whether or not mine is a producer or an engineer and where he kind of falls under. But I was going to say Ludwig Göransson, the dude who produced all of Gambino's albums and has gone on to score like a lot of movies. Would you consider him
He's a producer.
Okay, cool. So
He
I'm
made
definitely doing him.
Did he make what's that? Yeah. What's that song?
Oh.
Redbone. Did he produce
Oh, yeah.
Redbone?
Oh,
Oh,
Redbone.
no. Well, I don't know.
I think he
Yeah,
did,
I think
right?
he did. There's a video of him and the whole entire breakdown on it for Rap
Yeah,
Genius.
he's a
I think he
producer
did.
for sure.
Yeah.
These engineers have to have something to do with the production of a lot of these.
And he's gone on
albums,
to
I
do
feel
like scores for Black Panther, Lion King, Tenet. He just did Tenet, which that music rocks. And then since it's a snake draft, I'm gonna go Static Selecta, longtime
that's a good
collaborator with Action Bronson. I love Bronson.
Static Selecta. Do love some Static Selecta.
I'm gonna dip outside of the realm of traditional music and dive into the world of film, and I'm gonna go with Hans Zimmer. Produced so many scores that there's really too many to count. Give the guy a Google search.
He's doing tutorials.
Hans.
Now. Seriously.
He's got a masterclass,
Yeah, he does.
dude.
Dude, Masterclass. I just want to say, dude, if you guys can, anybody out there, get Masterclass. It's one of the coolest fucking things out there. I got it as a gift for Christmas, and it's endless shit on there. Even if you're interested, like in anything, there's poker, there's cooking, there's literally everything, all the way to music producing.
Masterclass is getting taught something, I assume.
Yeah, it's just a service of class.
I've never
It's
heard of
taught by, like,
Masterclass.
I mean, like Judd Apatow has one. Martin Scorsese has a Masterclass. Yeah,
Gotcha. Interesting.
just a tangent.
Interesting. Drew, after Hans.
I was thinking we were just doing 3 for some reason, so now I'm a little stuck. But I'm just going to go back to someone we talked about earlier, Larry Fisherman, who is Mac Miller.
Rip again, dude. Unfortunately.
But, yeah. As
Larry.
good of a producer as he was an artist, or as a rapper.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Babyface.
Babyface.
He did a lot of like early mid 2000s hip hop, but he also produced "Thanks for the Memories" by Fall Out Boy.
Oh shit!
Thanks for the
Yeah.
memories.
It's a lot of different stuff.
Even though they weren't so great.
Sweeter.
Sweeter. Dude, I had one in my head, but this may just be an all-in-house, but it's a group that introduced me to rap, and I think one of them did the production / DJ, but Chitty Bang was Bang the producer / DJ?
That's a horrible pick.
Or am I wrong? I just like it because of the nostalgia. No, because
Chitty Bang's like a single guy.
Well, it was 2 dudes. Chitty Bang was 2 dudes.
I thought it was just
Chitty and Bang. No, it's Chitty and Bang.
But like he has a song, I think it's with Mac Miller, where he goes, "Chitty Bang, Google me the images."
So it used to be 2 dudes, and I think it went to 1.
Okay, it's a white producer. I know what you're talking.
But I don't know, dude. That was gonna be my honorable mention, but
I would say it's Bang probably.
probably Bang.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Bang.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't think of anybody
Chitty
else.
Bang.
Just a great
OVO
duo.
40.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I
go.
was thinking of whether or not to choose him or not.
Nah, I didn't. I didn't. want
Southside Metro Boomin.
I could have done 808 Mafia,
MF
but
Doom.
I wasn't gonna do any. I wanted to think outside the box.
I feel it.
I'll take Bang.
Chitty Bang, Google me the images.
That's screen count number 2 if you're still with us.
I think that's actually, there's been a few more.
Some louder ones.
I definitely have screamed as well. What's up?
That was more of a
Drums.
guttural Bang,
That's 4.
like a Chief Keef.
Well, that was fucking fun. I had a good ass time.
Um,
Started off with
yeah.
a beat session. Talked
Yeah.
about some crazy ass fucking shit. A lot of
Yeah.
memories.
This is the
Thanks for the memories.
Ghost episode.
This is the ghost episode.
Dude, yeah. I got a little obsessed about the idea of ghosts for a minute. The kids.
It's an interesting
I think we'll
topic.
Get back into it.
Yeah.
Do
No,
they take the kids?
I think you're right.
Yeah, like kids are just, their receptors are open for sorcery.
they're more open-minded.
They're just
Yeah.
and for supernatural shit to even exist in the first place, you need open-mindedness.
Yeah, and ghosts feed off that shit, dude.
Yeah, they're
Eat it like
and now the
It's a
adults
feast.
the adults that are like super obsessed with it and crazy and they're ghost hunting and shit. Those were the kids that were tapped by the ghosts when they were kids.
Mm.
tapped in.
But now they're just
Let's work.
sitting in a room with their buddy, whispering some stuff into a mic in another room, saying, "Ooh, it's me, Jim Carrey." I don't know. I couldn't think of another name.
Jim Carrey. I'm the ghost of Jim Carrey.
That isn't dead.
That would be
Very
a
much
fucked
alive.
up ghost.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But thanks for listening, Drew. If you can give him a fuck you if you want.
Yeah,
I'll give him my
Daniel.
fuck you, but-
Thanks for coming through, man. It was
Yeah,
sick
man,
to
it's
meet
my
you for the
pleasure.
very first time
Yeah, it was
in my
nice meeting you
entire life.
guys.
Yeah,
Very nice meeting you.
really
nice
good.
to
Dude,
see you for the
you're
first
so
time.
much different than I expected you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You seem like a chill dude, man. we
Thanks.
we should hang out sometime.
We should hang out sometime.
We only had those Picto chats, but I'm glad we can actually meet now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We only talked through WhatsApp,
Mhm.
but it went well.
Yeah.
Cause I'm from Europe.
He flew in here just for us.
three Swedish exchange
I'm a Swedish dude.
Swedish exchange students.
Right, the guy's like, "What is that? Who is it? Who did he think?
That's the wait. What?
Who was?" He was like, "Who is that?"
Huh?
The SNL skit.
Yeah, it was
Is that
Martin.
Steve Martin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
Steve
did
Martin.
doing a Steve Martin impression.
Oh, we're two wild and crazy
yeah,
guys.
that's the
That
first.
one?
A guy asked us that. It was like, that's the first thing you thought of.
Me, Daniel,
Steve
and
Martin.
Joey just were walking around
Hey.
telling people that we were three Swedish
Hello,
exchange
I-
students.
Oh my
Swedish
God.
exchange student here at OU today.
Yeah, and they were like, "Wow, you're Steve Martin and Roger Dangerfield."
like, so this
I don't
is
recognize
college.
you though. Looking, yeah.
Oh,
Who's this other guy?
Yeah, he was this other guy. You Harpo Marx or something?
Oh yeah. Also learned that fucking Robert Downey Jr. was on SNL. That's
Yeah.
something that's sick. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. He was. It's pretty crazy.
That'll about do it.
Well,
Thanks for coming, Daniel.
yeah. Thank
for
you.
doing
Watch
that.
for
Thanks,
the.
guys.
Look out
Yeah.
for on
Thanks for
YouTube.
having me.
Look out on YouTube
Fuck you guys
for
if you made it here,
the video.
just for good measure.